Jonathan Stevens, time to heat up Tomlin's seat. Love everything he's done for us, but he's the guy who has kept Canada in a job and has no playoff wins since 2016.
100%, man. When we talk legitimate criticism of Coach Tomlin, it does start there because he had to greenlight it. That's his staff. 100%. There is no excuse for that. And as long as we have questions about the offense and how it looks, yes, that does fall back on Coach Tomlin. I'm not over here ever absolving anybody. I just try to make sure that we point it in the right direction. That's all. And that right there is on him. That's a him decision.
Yeah, I still think he's a fine coach. It's just too much of the same stuff has been happening. You're the head guy.
Right.
Something's got to give here.
Okay.
One way or another.
That's how it's
true. And yeah, sometimes stuff gets stale. I'm not calling for this, but if there ever is an out for Tomlin within the Steelers organization, it'd be like the Andy Reid with the Eagles. It's like we know Andy Reid's a good coach. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just time. And the Eagles and the Chiefs, exactly. It worked out for both sides.
Who do you think has worked out better for?
Okay, Eagles went to 2-1-1. I mean, Chiefs, they got Mahomes, though, so.
They got Hurts in Philly. What you mean? And they had Wentz. Those are two franchise caliber quarterbacks.
It worked. I mean, it worked out really good for both. But the Eagles, just because of the success they've had with Reid.
For sure.
Let's go, UW. At what point do we start pointing fingers at Tomlin and Rooney? They are, at the end of the day, the two who are in charge of this current mess.
For fans, man, y'all can point fingers all day at anybody.
Omar might get astray, too. Actually, I threw him astray with some of these players that we have right now underperforming.
Yeah.
The guys that we signed in free agency.
You got to think about it. That is more human nature to point the finger. I don't, and like everybody ain't supposed to have my mindset. My mindset is the outlier. We don't point fingers because we feel like we can control it and we got more impact on it and we just see things a little bit differently. But for you, man, heck yeah, man, point the finger at all of them. Point away, man. Heck yeah, blame him, and blame him. Man, I just don't think that pointing fingers is going to make the situation better. We always say internally, man, before I point any finger elsewhere, man, I'm looking in that mirror. What can I do to improve this situation? What can I do to make this team better? What can I do to be a better coach, analyst, however it is? That's how we operate internally. And trust me, y'all ain't got to operate like that, but them dudes on the south side right now, that's how they operate.
And I agree.
That's how they operate.
That's how they should be. Yeah. But then sometimes it does get to a point where things have been consistently this way, and it's been consistently subpar.
I'm with you,
as a head coach, as a leader, you do have to make some type of switch up.
Yeah.
As a way to get your players to respond or get the rest of the organization and the culture to respond.
Yeah. But the timing of it isn't always going to be when fans want it, because fans would want this switch last week or in season, whereas for the team, we know for us to be what we want to be, we know there's going to be adversity along the way. We know it's going to be some times where we get a little rocky and people not going to feel comfortable with it. They're going to jump off that boat. And that is fine. But we also know them same people that can't stomach this time frame right here a year ago were the same people that came down here at the end of the season when we was going on that run the way that we did. So I'm not going to sit here and act like this year I feel any differently than I did a year ago or the year before that. We're going to have adversity. We are a team that is in transition. We don't have a current franchise quarterback just yet. We hope that this one might develop into it. But when you don't have that guaranteed piece, this is, when we talk that small margin of error, this is what it looks like, man. You got to be perfect across the board. And when we not, a lot of issues could show up.
They took 7 for granted. And what I will say, I'm with you. I mean, you keep winning. Like, there's enough of this tank talk. I don't want to hear that at all.
They make it like, man, it's over now, man. We lost to the Texans, bro. Just blow the whole thing up. Okay.
My solution right now is to fire Canada. If they don't, I obviously want us to keep winning, but I'm just going to start getting numb to it if I see more of this stuff.
Off-season hit, man. Off-season hit. I'm over here like, man, let's make big changes. You want to get rid of this coordinator? Cool, get rid of that coordinator. You want to change that coordinator? Hey, get rid of that coordinator. You want to draft a quarterback? Hey, draft a quarterback. I'm all for any of that type of stuff in the offseason. That's just my personal stance on it, because I still feel like this team can still win games. But that just depends on perspective and expectations.
And I don't want to think that Cam Hayward and Deontay are that important to the offense and defense,
why
respectively.
Not, though? But one gets paid $18 million, the other one gets paid a
of
lot
we still got to be better than that, though. But that is one of the silver linings. We should be getting them back, and maybe we've taken Deontay's role in the offense for granted because he's always been here. He has been steady. Now we get to witness a time period without him. And Cam Hayward, honestly, he's always out there too. He rarely ever misses games.
Yeah. Like I said, multiple things
could be part of it, but that shouldn't be affecting us that much. I still think we have enough to be better than what we have been.
We are playing like an average team, and our record reflects. Does it not? When you're inconsistent, when you have talent like we do, and we play well at times, but we don't do it consistently for 4 quarters on offense, defense, and special teams, this is what you look like.
Yeah, for all the people that are saying that I was wrong on my Pickett takes and whatnot, I am right about one thing. He's better than Joe Burrow this season.
Shout out to Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad for them. That's the thing that's frustrating, too, is whenever we're starting to make that comeback, I'm looking at the bottom ticker, Bengals getting smoked by the Titans. I'm like, oh, this would be a perfect opportunity to go 3-1.
Come on, man.
Get some distance on the Bengals, some of these other AFC North teams while they're down. Yeah. We can't do it in game. We can't close out teams and just win in the third quarter, win going away in games. And it seems like we just can't even do that within the division either when we get that opportunity. Like, come on.
I'm with you, bro.
Come on. This is the chance. Like, go 3-1.
I'm about to say, stop leaving out opportunities, man. Don't leave that on the table. This is what we're supposed to clean up on. Now, but this is how it's going to be. We are going to respond like a son of a gun this week, bro. This week we respond.